After this there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethesda, having 5 porches. In these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of blind, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool, and troubled the water. Whosoever then first after the troubling of the water stepped in was made whole of whatsoever disease he had. And a certain man was there, which had an infirmity 38 years. When Jesus saw him lie, and knew that he had been now a long time in that case, he saith unto him, Wilt thou be made whole? The impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man, when the water is troubled, to put me into the pool, but while I am coming, another steppeth down before me. Jesus saith unto him, Rise, take up thy bed, and walk. And immediately the man was made whole, and took up his bed, and walked, and on the same day was the Sabbath. The Jews therefore said unto him that was cured, It is the Sabbath day, it is not lawful for thee to carry thy bed. He answered them, He that made me whole, the same said unto me, Take up thy bed, and walk. Then asked they him, What man is that which said unto thee, Take up thy bed, and walk? And he that was healed wist not who it was, for Jesus had conveyed himself away, a multitude being in that place. Afterward Jesus findeth him in the temple, and said unto him, Behold, thou art made whole, sin no more, lest a worse thing come unto thee. The man departed, and told the Jews that it was Jesus, which had made him whole. And therefore did the Jews persecute Jesus, and sought to slay him, because he had done these things on the Sabbath day. In today's Gospel, there were many sick people lying around the pool of Bethesda, blind, lame, and withered limbs. Why were so many sick people gathered around the pool? There was a widespread belief that an angel would occasionally descend upon the pool of Bethesda, causing the water to roar, and the first person to enter would be healed. At first glance, the pool of Bethesda is seen as a pond of hope for all the sick. But for the man in today's Gospel who has been sick for 38 years, it is a pond of despair. When the water is churning, the first person to get into the water is the one who is fastest, the one who is less sick. The sicker you are, the less likely you are to be first. So when Jesus asks the man who has been sick for 38 years, Do you want to get well? He replies, Teacher, when the water is churning, there is no one to put me in the pond, so while I am going, someone else goes down before me. It was a folk belief among the sick of the pool of Bethesda that the first person to jump into the water would be healed, and it was a belief that closely resembled secular reasoning. But Jesus was different. He helped a sick man who was living a second-rate life at Bethesda, a pond of despair that only admitted the first. Our faith is indeed different from the folk beliefs of the time. It is also different from secular reason. The Lord is the one who puts the last place first, not the first place. The attitude of fully surrendering our weakness to such a Lord is faith.